step 1 on slide 3 here, you are going to add a second slide with the title and content layout. Go ahead and do that. Pause me and do that. You should know how to do that. And then when you come back in that title text placeholder, we're going to type favorites, comma, not so much. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and add that. And here we're going to type favorites, comma, not so much. All right. Okay, step 3, add an entrance effect to the title and have it appear automatically, not on the mouse click. Sorry, that's my Reese cup. She wants to say hi to you guys. So let's see here. We're going to select our text box, and we're going to go to animations, and we're going to choose an entrance effect. Which ones do I want? There we go. Fine. Shape. Okay. And then we don't want it entering. We want it to come onto the screen automatically. So we're going to come over here to the start. We're still on the animations tab. Start, instead of starting on click, we're just going to go ahead and select start with previous. Okay, so that means it will automatically start as soon as the slideshow starts. Okay, in the text content placeholder, we're going to add a list of 4 or 5 bullet points of things you don't like. Go ahead and pause me and do that, and I will do it on my end too, and I'll meet you on the other side of number 4. So I changed this a little bit. I've got my 5 favorites, not so much. Initially, I had spiders on there until my daughter reminded me that spiders are good for the planet. And then she reminded me that I should put coronavirus on there because it definitely is something we do not like right now.
Nobody likes it.
Nobody likes the coronavirus. Okay, so yours, if you did step 4, was it step 4? Yes, properly, then yours should now look something like mine, except with 4 or 5 of your favorites, not so much. Okay, step 5, add an entrance effect to the entire text box, starting with the previous animation. Okay, so last time I showed you how you could add different effects to each one. Well, sometimes you just want them all to come up at the same time. So make sure you click on the actual text box to select the text box. And we're going to go ahead and add an entrance effects to that text box. I don't really like that one. I lied. Try see. There we go. Well, look, notice how if you choose fade, they all come on, they came in at different times. Maybe they are.
Oh, I like that one.
I'm a little confused. Hang on. Okay. Well, it's automatically doing it for you to stagger them, so that's fine. Okay, so after you've chosen your entrance effect, the last thing you need to do for step 5 is we're going to have that start with the previous animation. So basically, that start at the same time as favorites, not so much. So they'll both start automatically. So we're going to make sure that you've got that selected there. And then we're going to come up here. Instead of starting on click, we're going to go ahead and say start it with the previous. And if you want to test it, you can go to slideshow, hit play from the current slide. Again, without touching it, notice how your title and your bulleted list comes in at the same time. Okay, now step 6 says add an exit animation to the entire text box that takes place automatically at an appropriate time. Okay, so click on your text box and go to your animations tab if you're not there. Remember, we have to click on add animation. And it's being weird, so I'm gonna have to pause you so I can do this. Okay, so I went ahead and added my exit animation for my bullet points. And then it says we are going to have it take place automatically at the appropriate time. All right, so we're going to deselect on click, and this time we want to select, we want it to start after the previous, which means after this entrance. We want it to start, but we don't want it to start immediately. We have to let it, we have to have it stay up there enough time for your audience to read all of them. Sorry, guys. Okay, so as I was saying, And this is just going to come with trial and error. You're just going to have to plug and chug. You're going to have to you're just going to have to. So I'm going to say, maybe it's going to take about 5 seconds for my audience to read my bullet points. So I'm going to go ahead and plug in, delay the exit animation for 5 seconds. Okay. Now I'm going to watch it. Is that right? Yep, there we go. Okay, so slideshow. I'm going to play from the current slide. Again, I'm not touching anything. Here comes everything. Negative people, cancer, seafood, people who talk too much about themselves, coronavirus, COVID-19. Okay. So each one of those is delaying. Dang it. So I don't know if you guys saw what happened there or not, but all of these, when I gave the exit effect or exit animation to this whole text box, it assigned each one of them the exit, which is fine. But when I made it 5 seconds, that means each individual one will be up there for 5 seconds. That's way too long. So I think we're going to delay it by 1 second. And again, this is just trial and error. So now I'm going to go to slideshow and I'm going to hit play from the current slide again. Let's see how that worked out. Favorite people, not so much. Negative people, cancer, seafood, people who talk too much about themselves, and the coronavirus. I think that timing was perfect. Okay. So go ahead and just hit the ESC or escape key to get out of that. Go ahead now, if you haven't already done so, and set yours up so that it's like mine, where your title, this and this come in at the same time, and then these bullets exit at an appropriate amount of time after a delay. Okay, and then just said preview the slide from the animations tab. Again, you don't have to do it that way. I prefer to do it in the slideshow, but if you wanted to, you could have gone and hit preview over here, and that works as well. Okay, that is it for this slide.